Assalamu alaikum. This is Prapunti Chakraborty welcoming you all to the English news from BTV Chattogram. Let's begin with the headlines. Foreign investment to leave important impact on country's economy alongside creating huge employment opportunities, says BIDA Executive Chairman Chaudhry Ashik Mohammed bin Haroon. July-August uprising martyrs sacrifice lives for rights of future generation, says National Consensus Commission Vice Chairman Dr. Ali Riaz. Verdict in China's Ramna Baltimore bomb attack to be announced on Tuesday, while verdict in appeal seeking acquittal of Jamaat leader Azhar on 27th May. Anti-Corruption Commission summons Sheikh Hasina's niece and UK MP Tulip Rizwan Siddiqui for quizzing on charges of taking flat as bribe on 14th of May. Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif determines to avenge blood of innocent martyrs in India's attack on Punjab and Pakistan-administered Kashmir. And PSG beat Arsenal by 2-1 in second leg of UEFA Champions League semi-final at Parc des Princes in Paris. Viewers, those were the headlines. Now moving on to the details. Bangladesh Investment Development Authority BIDA Executive Chairman Chaudhry Ashik Mohammed bin Haroon has announced that an $800 million investment will be made centering existing container terminal at Laldia Chor on the southeast bank of the Cornfuli River in Chattogram. The annual FDI in our country is not more than $700 million. If an investment of $800 million comes from a project, it is very important for a country's economy. It will create huge employment opportunities. BIDA is closely monitoring the progress of this project, he said. Chaudhry Ashik Mohammed bin Haroon, also executive chairman of Bangladesh Economic Zones Authority, BEZA, made the statement while briefing journalists after visiting Laldia Chor in Potinga area in the city earlier this morning. Press Secretary to the Chief Advisor Shofiqul Alam, Deputy Press Secretary Mohammad Abul Kalam Azad Mujumdar, and Chairman of Chattogram Port Authority Rear Admiral SM Munir Zaman were present at the event. After visiting the new moorings containing terminal of Chattogram Port, BIDA chairman told journalists that Dhaka is the political capital and Chattogram will be country's commercial capital. Chattogram is at the heart of Bangladesh's economic development goals and will play a vital role in shaping the future of Bangladesh, he added. He further noted that the primary objective is to create as many jobs as possible, particularly for the people of Chattogram. Economic development should be the priority of all governments. By upgrading country's terminals to world-class standards, government will significantly contribute to business growth, he added. The BIDA chairman mentioned that no domestic investment is expected from Bangladesh in this project. It is a historic opportunity for Bangladesh. Interim government goal is to make Bangladesh a global manufacturing hub. Laldia will be developed into a green port with an $800 million investment, he said. He emphasized the importance of long-term planning and the need to enhance port capacities, while acknowledging that even after expanding the port 6 times, it would still fall behind countries like Vietnam. He advocated for engaging export institutions to maximize operations in limited space. He underscored the critical role of port development in Bangladesh's border economic strategy to establish Bangladesh as a manufacturing hub. Bangladesh Investment Development Authority (BIDA) Executive Chairman Chaudhry Ashik Mohammed bin Haroon hoped the budget for the next fiscal year will be realistic and considered as a model budget for everyone. He has expressed this optimism in response to a query from journalists at a press conference at the Chattogram Circuit House this afternoon. He said the current government is working to turn Bangladesh into a manufacturing factory. Meanwhile, a meeting on Chattogram Port with business representatives and members of the civil society was held at a hotel in the city this afternoon. The BIDA executive chairman addressed the event as the chief guest organized by Chattogram Port. The port chairman presided over while the press secretary to the chief advisor Shofiqul Alam was present as the special guest. Later, a press conference was held at the Chattogram Circuit House. The BIDA executive chairman presented the government's plans for the port and replied queries to the journalist in the press conference. Vice Chairman of the National Consensus Commission, Dr. Ali Riaz, has remarked the message of the martyrs of the July-August uprising was that no future generation should have to sacrifice their lives for their rights. He made the statement during his opening speech at a meeting between the National Consensus Commission and the Bhashani Followers Council held this morning at the National Parliament building. Dr. Riaz stated that the National Consensus Commission is working with the goal of establishing a democratic state free from fascism and based on accountability. At the same event, the convener of the Bhashani Followers Council emphasized the need to build a reformed Bangladesh where fascism and authoritarianism can never rise again. The verdict proceedings on the death reference and appeals in the 2001 Ramna Bottomol bombing case carried out during Chinot's Pohila Boishakh celebrations began today. The verdict reading started in the High Court bench of Justice Mustafa Zaman Islam and Justice Nasrin Akhtar. However, no final judgment regarding the sentences was announced today. The court stated that the verdict reading will conclude on Tuesday, May 13th. It will be revealed on that day whether the sentences of the accused will be upheld. The 2001 bombing killed 10 people and injured many others. The hearing on the appeal filed by Jamaat-e-Islami leader ATM Azharul Islam seeking acquittal from his death sentence in a war crimes case concluded today. The full and regular bench of the appellate division, led by Chief Justice Dr. Said Rifat Ahmed and comprising 7 justices, completed the hearing. The verdict is scheduled to be delivered on May 27th. Following the hearing, Azharul Islam's lawyer, Advocate Shishir Monir, told reporters that his client was a victim of syndicated injustice. He added that a verdict of acquittal based on false testimonies and irrational evidence would help cleanse the judiciary of a long-standing stain. On the same day, the tribunal's hearing also concluded. After the session, prosecutor Ghazi Monwar Hussain Tamim stated that the law, originally founded with good intentions, had been misused over the past 15 years. He emphasized that the restructured tribunal does not support judgments based on fabricated witnesses or baseless evidence. Anti-Corruption Commission has summoned Sheikh Hasina's niece and UK MP Tulip Rizwan Siddiqui for questioning on charges of taking a flat as a bribe from Eastern Housing on May 14th. ACC notice has been sent to her home address in Dhanmondi residential area and Gulshan too. In a separate notice, former assistant legal advisor of Rajuk Shah Khushujaman and Shardar Musharraf Hussain that are also accused in the same case have also been asked to appear on the same day. The agency filed a case against ousted Sheikh Hasina's niece and UK MP Tulip Siddiqui on April 15th on charges of taking a flat as a bribe from Eastern Housing Limited by illegally arranging the transfer of a plot in Dhaka's Gulshan area. The case was filed by the ACC's Assistant Director Monirul Islam against Tulip Siddiqui and 2 Rajuk officials at the Dhaka Integrated District Office. Bangladesh Jamaat-e-Islami Amir Dr. Shofiqur Rahman said that if justice is not ensured for the massacres of July-August, fascism will return in an even more dreadful form in the future. He made the remarks this morning after paying respects at the grave of Barrister Abdul Razak at Azimpur graveyard in the capital. The Jamaat Amir said that the countrymen are still deprived of justice. If the oppressed and the victims of mass killings do not get fair justice, the rule of law will never be established in the country. Remembering Barrister Abdul Razak, he said that Abdul Razak stood by the oppressed even at the risk of his own life. Barrister Razak was forced to leave the country due to conspiracies, added the Jamaat Amir. Dr. Shofiqur Rahman further said that Jamaat leader ATM Azharul Islam will get justice. He also expressed hope that the Jamaat Islami's registration and electoral symbol would be restored soon. BNP is going to start a new member recruitment program starting from May 15th, which will continue until July 15th. BNP Senior Joint Secretary General Ruhul Kabir Rizvi made this announcement at a press conference at the party's central office in Noyapolton in the capital today. He said the new member recruitment and renewal program will continue for 2 months, stating that many young and talented people are interested in becoming BNP members. The BNP leader said during the previous fascist government, they could not become members due to fear of arrest even if they wanted to. Ruhul Kabir Rizvi also added those who have long been inactive in politics or were once involved with the Awami League but now reject its tyranny, brutality, looting, and money laundering. Such individuals who have already distanced themselves from the Awami League may join BNP. Now, international news. Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif says that the country will avenge the blood of innocent martyrs after at least 31 people were reported killed and dozens wounded in India's attack on Punjab province and Pakistan-administered Kashmir. Heavy enhances and exchanges of artillery fire have been reported along the line of control dividing Indian and Pakistan-administered Kashmir. India says at least 13 people have been killed and more wounded in Indian-administered Kashmir due to Pakistani fire. India says Operation Sindoor targeted terrorist infrastructure. Pakistan says missiles hit mosques and killed civilians in a blatant act of war. Tensions have been escalating between the two nuclear-armed countries since a deadly attack in Indian-administered Kashmir's Pahalgam on April 22nd, which India blamed on Pakistan. Pakistan has denied any involvement. Israel's attacks on Gaza have killed at least 61 people since dawn, targeting civilians in crowded places as its more than 2-month blockade of the besieged and bombarded enclave has caused acute flood shortages, escalating the starvation of the Palestinian population. A reconnaissance drone strike targeted an area near the Thai and Balmuri restaurants on Al-Wida Street in Gaza City on Wednesday. 2 missiles were fired at 2 locations at the same time, 100 meters apart, one inside a restaurant and another at an intersection, killing at least 17 people. Another attack in Gaza City killed 13 people at Al-Karama school in the Tufa neighborhood. Other Israeli strikes on Wednesday were scattered across Gaza. Their people were killed and several wounded in a strike on a house in Jabalia in northern Gaza. Another 8 people, including a father, his children, and cousins, were killed in the southern city of Khan Yunis. 5 were killed in a strike on one home. Back to national news. Hali Shahar Friends Unit Society organized the annual reunion and award distribution ceremony held at Hali Shahar BDR ground this afternoon. Club's senior vice president Gholam Morshid Chaudhary presided over, while the president of Jatiyatwadi Jute Migdol Said Al Noman was the key speaker. General Secretary Nannu Chaudhary moderated the program, among others. Chattogram Metropolitan BNP member Musharraf Hussain Deepti, Halishahar Police Station Officer in charge Muhammad Munir Zaman were present as special guests. Speakers said social and cultural organizations play an important role in the personality formation and mental development of children and adolescents. Later, the prizes were distributed to the winning children at the event.